I've been thinking about that since the Mason-Dixon line, darling. What?
Just wish you would have called, Dwight, before just showing up.
Oh, here we go. I drive 16 hours straight with a case of Pawpaw under my arm, a princess gown for my daughter.
No, that was sweet. Maybe next time you could bring something for Will, too?
Here, my kid.
Mom, I'm hungry.
I'll be right out, sweetie.
I'll put the fruit tarts in the toaster, Ma.
The hell are you doing? Shut the damn door. Kid's a fruit tart himself.
Leave him alone. Hey, how about I make us some bacon and eggs?
You know, we should get married. The way you bust my balls might as well be my wife.
Is that a proposal?
In New York City, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
Hey guys, welcome to Munch My Benson. My name is Adam. I'm here in Albuquerque. I'm a little sad, but I am joined on the line by Josh. How are things in your neck of the woods, Josh?
I assume we're sort of sad for the same reason.
Well, I was pulling for the Mariners.
I was also. Well, what I was pulling for was a battle for Seattle, Brewers-Mariners World Series.
I would love that. That would be great. That would make me really happy. I was going to buy a Pilot's hat. Yes, yes, absolutely. I was so pissed when I went to Safeco, whatever they call it now. When I went to T-Mobile Park and they did not have
Safeco.
They did not have Pilots hats there. I was pissed.
Yeah,
you should have fucking Pilots hats. Come on. Yeah. Well, I understand why.
I'll have Jeremy pick me up one.
Yeah. However, as far as it goes, the Blue Jays are fine. I like
this
Vlad.
episode, by the way, will not drop until December. So I just want to say this is happening. We're recording like mere minutes after the end of Game 7,
which was a very fun series. So whatever. The weird thing about we'll get the baseball talk out of the way quick. But the weird thing about this Mariners team, which I think has the best offense that the Mariners have had in ages, at least.
Yeah, I mean, dating back at least to that
years.
one weird Nelson Cruz year where Nelson Cruz went the fuck off. They had a really good offense then, if I remember correctly. But
they have like a legitimately good offense this year. Yeah. But weirdly, for this present last 10 years of the Mariners, their pitching has not been great. And, it kind of let them down
until like 2 years ago.
Very much left.
Like for the last 3 years, they've had a really good rotation.
They've had a great rotation, but down the stretch, their pitching has not been as solid as it has been the last 2 years of this team. Logan Gilbert has not looked that great.
Right. Luis Castillo's been very hittable.
Yeah,
Kirby was doing okay.
Tonight.
Yeah,
I don't think they should have pulled him. I think that was stupid.
Right. Yeah.
That's just me. I mean, I get the 3 times through the order penalty. However, maybe let the guy who's rolling, who is a legit ace when he's rolling, go. Right.
We have a little bit of pod biz.
Oh, great. I love pod biz. Pod biz is usually positive, unlike the episodes we watch.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Trust me, neither of us want to talk about this one. All right. So first up, what are you drinking, buddy?
Well, I have the remains of a little bit of Bullet Rye in the Rocks. Okay. And then my backup, since I went to Galveston, I got a koozie featuring I think I can go ahead and call this the official historic tall ship of the pod, the historic tall ship Alyssa, where I used to work.
Absolutely.
And I have a Mass Ascension in there, which is one of my favorite local beers.
Right.
I'm How about you, buddy?
Drinking from my
Tony's
on the Pier. Redondo Beach, California.
God, it's such a great town, great bar,
great
pier,
great everything. Great pier.
I mean, I can hear I was just in Galveston, so the waves. I know the waves in Galveston very well, but I can hear the waves in Redondo. Those long period, big Pacific waves crashing,
gentle waves
underneath the pier. Yeah, big swells. Yeah. You got your sea lions barking, causing a ruckus.
I know. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's good stuff.
But
man.
I'm drinking. I still have not re-upped Bullet Rye. I'm drinking the double oaked Woodford Reserve. So that was
Nice.
4 fingers on the rocks, and then I've got a backup beer here in my Naval Academy Yeti koozie.
Oh, all right.
Aluminum koozie, and this is from Castle Danger Brewery. It's the probably last 12-pack of sea salt and lime lager that I'll be able to get because that's a seasonal beer. But it's fucking delightful. It'll be really refreshing when I finally open it.
It will be. But, seasons are changing. It's time for something different. Man, seasons go so fast, man. But, the fresh hopped season, I only was able to get, 2 4-packs from fresh hopped beers, and now it's gone. Yeah. Not that I really know what the difference is, but it's fun,
They're so fresh.
They are. They're fresh. Delightful.
It's so hopped.
Mm-hmm. I felt fresh drinking those beers.
Oh, yeah. You got fresh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so thanks are owed to Ronnie C. and Zach B. for rejoining the ranks of the Munchies after our hiatus.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and our pal Karen R. from Chicklet with Karen and Aubrey, which just returned to pick back up with New Moon. And I've heard rumblings of some bigger pod news in the offing with regards to them that I can't announce because it's not my podcast.
Yeah.
But she also signed up to the page.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Karen. Now, if you missed her episodes of Unkind Rewind where we talked about Tuck Everlasting, check them out as they directly feed into all of the Twilight nonsense, as Twilight, we found out, is completely ripped off from fucking Tuck Everlasting.
What?
Oh, yeah.
No fucking way.
100% completely ripped off from Tuck Everlasting.
Just with with Mormonism thrown on top, sprinkled on top somehow?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, Mormonism and vampirism. But
Man.
Tuck Everlasting, it's straight up you can drink out of this water source and join me as an immortal. It's the same age gap. It's the same everything. It's fucking bad shit. But check out Chicklet Pod. I did just talk to her in the Q's and T's episode with KT Baldessaro too. But thanks, Karen. And Fuck My Work Life dropped its first new episode in almost a year.
Wow. Okay. Everybody's back.
Yeah,
podcasts are hot again, I guess, guys. Podcasted is back.
So this makes it as good a time as any to remind you that not only is there a new episode out there, and maybe more in between when we record and when this episode drops, but there are 2 episodes where Adam and I were guests talking about mostly our shared work experiences. There was some, going off that path a little, but mostly it was, us at various jobs that we've had together. And obviously Kay was the first guest on Unkind Rewind, which Adam was still on at that point too.
I was,
yeah. So we watched Labyrinth with Kay. So check all that stuff out. I
still think about all the time. Speaking of famous children's, or at least YA series being ripping off source material, fucking Labyrinth, man.
Oh yeah. What's her fuck? Transphobe extraordinaire.
Yeah, fuck her.
She ripped off Labyrinth. She ripped off Troll. She didn't have an original fucking idea. She's not even. She can't even be an original TERF. She's like the Beatles. She's good at ripping people off and claiming that it's her own creation.
It's really funny that Graham Linehan, his head has gotten so huge. It's weird. It's shocking how big his head is, but also how he's her pathetic little minion that runs around getting in trouble, and trying to get her approval because nobody else wants anything to do with that guy anymore.
No,
which is sad. He had some shows that were pretty good.
He sure did. So this week, we're watching.
Speaking of feeling gross.
Speaking of feeling gross, and you're not going to have any context for that, listener who is in the Gen Pop and didn't listen to what we just cut out, what I surely just cut out. But speaking of feeling gross, we just watched season 22, episode 2, The Ballad of Dwight and Irena. What? I don't feel like I pronounced her name right.
Why couldn't they just call her Irene?
Yeah, no
it would
shit.
make more sense.
Yes.
In
Whatever.
this context, whatever.
Because Ricky Lindholm is not playing like a Eastern European immigrant or anything like that. Just have it be Irene. Come on.
She's not doing any accent work. Unlike
it still
the
gives
other
Warren
person.
Light the amount of letters that he apparently needs to name a
Exactly.
fucking episode in season 22.
Exactly.
All right. We get a quick Fuller family flashback to refresh us before Finn watches Joelle Fuller exclaim in a deposition that despite her ex being an abusive piece of shit, she didn't want her son to watch his dad bleed out on the kitchen floor on account of the bullet Finn put in him. There's one more flashback, this one reminding us in no uncertain terms that Finn did, in fact, cap Leon Fuller, before smash cutting to a random white guy getting his post-pork vape on in bed with the blonde half of Garfunkel and Oates. This random white dude just drove 16 hours without calling his special lady friend to drop in on their daughter with a case of Popov and a princess gown, but seems perturbed at the mother of his child not being unequivocally elated that he dropped in unannounced with sad-ass gifts. Shitbag Honky whines about her son not being his before the kids proffer that they're hungry from the hallway, at which point the cracker, who we'll eventually know to be Dwight, says he and Irena should marry because she gives him as much grief as a wife would. Dwight goes to backhand non-son Will at the breakfast table over bacon he claims the 14-year-old vegan stole off his plate before Irena distracts him with a coffee refill and the promise of more bacon. Rollins and Kat head up to IS-196 in Fort George to investigate a boy with bruising, and a nurse worrying that a younger sibling not in school could be getting sexually abused. When they get to the apartment of the abused boy, Irena is unconscious and bloodied on the floor of the apartment with nary a sign of Dwight or their daughter. At the hospital, Irena shows obvious signs of domestic abuse, while Dwight can't wait to hit the road again, extolling the pro-DV laws on the books in West Virginia to an Amanda Rollins who is not impressed. The school nurse tells Kat that Will frequently comes in with bruises and new corresponding explanations each time, but that Will's dad said Dwight was bullying Will, undercutting Will's explanations for the bruises. Will's dad is NYPD and says Dwight's a scumbag with anger management issues, but Carisi and the unit worry that without more corroborating evidence and Irena and or Will turning on Dwight, there's not much they can do. Benson pushes Irena to turn against Dwight to no avail. Then Joelle has Andre testify in the deposition about Finn shooting his dad. Liv tells Finn there's more to life than the job. Then Kat catches a call from Irena's building, and when Finn and Liv get to Irena's apartment, Dwight's been electrocuted with a hairdryer tossed in the bathtub. With her lawyer present, Irena says the hairdryer must have fallen into the tub by accident, and that Will was at his father's, but Leanne tells Carisi that Will was in the apartment right before Dwight died. Will's dad tries to bulldoze through their questions before attempting to pull Will out of interrogation, but dumbfuck Will won't listen to his dad and cops to killing Dwight because Dwight was going to hurt his mom again. Irena reluctantly admits that Will was in the apartment, but when she's told that Will said he did it, she starts to try to interject herself into the situation before her lawyer tells her she's done talking and that they are leaving with Leanne. As Kat and Rollins serve the warrant at Irena's apartment, Kat gets Leanne to place both Will and Irena in the bathroom with Dwight when the argument was happening. Dwight's wife then wanders in to Carisi's office, pregnant as fuck, wanting to know what happened to her husband. Irena comes into interrogation with her lawyer, who's clearly told her that Will won't do any real time, so she should just let his confession stand, which gives Carisi no other choice, apparently, than to charge Will as an adult. With Pippa Cox representing Will, he confesses to Carisi that he was the only one in the bathroom, and that he must have snapped when Dwight told him Leanne needed to just piss in the kitchen sink, and that he tossed the dryer in the tub. On the stand, Will's dad says he didn't know for sure that Will killed Dwight, but that Will wouldn't hurt anyone unless he was forced to. Finn claims his only concern with the Fullers was Andre's safety, and that Leon was definitely going to kill Joelle and Andre before letting them walk out of that apartment alive. When pressed, Irena predictably confesses to killing Dwight on the stand. Benson accuses Carisi of being just the latest man to threaten Will's mother, Irena says that Dwight was going to beat her and Will after his bath. Then her lawyer starts trying to strong-arm Irena into a situation where if they charged her, he'd have Will confess on the stand to force a mistrial there. But Irena doesn't want to force Will to do that and fires her lawyer then and there. Irena is arraigned, at which point the state accepts her guilty plea to criminally negligent homicide and a 1-year prison sentence. Joelle gets a $2 million settlement for Finn shooting her husband. Finn, Rollins, and Kat ruminate on the state of policing post Black Lives Matter, with Finn lamenting that the last thing he wanted to be was another trigger-happy cop who kills a black man. And we get a Finn don't like himself none, while this show tries to reckon with its propagandist legacy, Dick Wolf.
Which is ironic because I think there's a lot of propaganda going on in this episode, which I don't care for.
No.
It's also racist against groups we don't typically see racism pointed at. We get some anti-Italian racism, and we get a lot of anti-West Virginian racism.
Again.
Which leads me to question...
This is the second time the second time we've had anti-West Virginia racism.
You're forcing actors from New Hampshire to put on just embarrassing accents. Embarrassing.
We'll get into that, trust me. Yeah. Reprehensible. Guest stars. We've talked about a lot of them already. We talked about Jessica Phillips, who's playing Assistant Corporation Counsel. Pippa Cox here is defending Will, so I guess she's not Assistant Corporation Counsel anymore, but she's still Pippa Cox. That was in 124. Was he blue-balled, then blackballed, or was it the other way around? Talking season 17, episode 15, Collateral Damages. We've talked about Afi Bijou playing Joelle Fuller. That was in 67, Junk Food Poetry. Talking season 21, episode 5, At Midnight in Manhattan. We've discussed Josiah Young, who's playing Andre Fuller. That was in 118. They weren't coming back to Locutus. Talking season 21, episode 20, The Things We Have to Lose. Some of these episode names are very nerdy. Then we've talked about Catherine Cates, who's playing Judge Marlene Simons. That was in 138. There's no freezer burn in that hair. Season 20, episode 10, Altacockers. That fucking episode.
Speaking of racism.
Yeah. Oh, huh. That's Chernuchin doing the racism, so you know it's racist. Frank Wood playing Emmy Abel Truman. We discussed in episode 205, It's Not as Dark as the Licorice Hole. Discussing season 24, episode 21, Bad Things. Ugh.
It's very evocative.
Fucked up stuff in that episode. We've discussed Cesar Williams, and he's playing the EMT in 202. The mouthfeel is creamy. Discussing season 22, episode 9, The Return of the Prodigal Son. Sorry, just Return of the Prodigal Son. There's no the there.
Yeah.
And we've talked about Danny Mastro Giorgio, who's playing defense attorney Tommy Calabrese here. That's Irena's attorney that's fired. He was playing George Turner in episode 84, What Happens in the Box Stays in the Box. Season 16, episode 7, Chicago crossover. So that obviously makes this a brain melter. First up, Ricky Lindholm playing Irena Nowak. I also don't like that they call her Nowak. Like that.
I guess
usually that last name wouldn't the W be pronounced a V, and it's because it's like Germanic or Eastern European or something.
And it would have gotten changed to Novak. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You would think. I don't know.
Anyway, whatever. She was born in. I hope it's pronounced Cootersport, Pennsylvania. It's Coudersport. I really hope it's Cootersport.
Let's figure out where Cootersport is.
Cootersport, Pennsylvania, but she grew up in Portville, New York.
Down the road from
graduated
Beaversville. Yeah.
Huh?
Down the road from Beaversville, probably.
One hopes.
Uh-huh.
It's right under Peckerville.
Yeah. Cootersport, PA. It's the only Cootersport in the U.S.
I bet. I think they figured out that was the only time they needed to name a town that.
Not on a traditional large body of water. Is it on any body of water? On a
Well, isn't Williamsport, Pennsylvania also not on a body of water that would make them a port?
It's on the Allegheny River, but it's not on a part of the Allegheny River that's, as far as I can tell, navigable.
That's port-worthy?
Yeah. It looks like it's way the fuck up there.
Right on.
Yeah.
She was born in Cootersport, PA.
Sure was.
And then grew up in Portville, New York. She graduated from Portville High School and then got her BA in Communications and Film from Syracuse. Looks like she moved to Los Angeles shortly after graduating from college, getting some small roles without an agent, and then joining the Actors Gang, which is Tim Robbins' place. She performs in the comedy folk duo Garfunkel and Oates with Kate Micucci. She's been in the films $1 Million Baby, Pulse, Changeling, My Best Friend's Girl, The Last House on the Left. That's obviously the remake, not the original.
Oh, really?
Powder Blue, Much Ado About Nothing, Fun Size, Hell Baby, Search Party, the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water.
It's a good one.
The Lego Batman movie, Under the Silver Lake, Knives Out, The Wolf of Snow Hollow, which is fun. Candy Cane Lane, Afraid, and Queens of the Dead. She was creator, producer, and main cast in Garfunkel and Oates and Another Period. She was main cast in Monsters vs. Aliens, Duncanville, and Wednesday. She had recurring roles or was in multiple episodes of Gilmore Girls, The Big Bang Theory, Enlightened, Adventure Time, Super Fun Night, At Midnight, The Muppets, Big Hero 6, the series, Monster High, and Mickey Mouse Funhouse. She has a son born via surrogate in March of 2022 because she has silent endometriosis. And she married Fred Armisen in June of 2022.
Wow.
He's not the father of the surrogate child.
Yeah.
Her child was already in utero when
Is he still in character all the time? I wonder.
Probably.
Yeah.
Then we've got Christopher Casarino playing Dwight Wagner. He was born and raised in Milford, New Hampshire, as we griped about a few minutes ago.
Not his natural accent.
Nope.
That he uses.
No.
Nor do I feel like it's an accurate accent, but,
Nope. Nope. Also, can we get an actual drive time on West Virginia to New York? I don't think it's 16 hours. Anyway.
I'll do that right now.
It's not. You do not need to do it. I know that it's not. Maybe he was
I know that
from
it's
somewhere
not
else,
either
but it's
because I just
100%
recently,
not. Yes.
I like in the last 5 years, drove from like York,
Alabama
PA.
to New York is like 16 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, it's not. Let's go Wheeling rather. Sorry. We'll say Times Square. It is 10 hours, 37 minutes by train to Wheeling, West Virginia from Times Square.
And Amtrak does not move fast.
No, 6.5 hours drive time.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, that is like the north corner. So, I mean, maybe if I changed it to the south corner, it would be more like
if you went to
10
Charlestown or
hours.
something.
Yeah.
Christopher Casarino got his BA in legal studies from UMass. Then he got his MFA from Tish's graduate acting program. He worked as a chef for nearly a decade throughout high school and college before pursuing acting full-time. He's been in the films The Curse of Babylon, Blissful Lies, Novella, 10 Years at Sea, and The Photograph. He was in multiple episodes of or had recurring roles in Fairy Tale, Space Dandy, Mercy Street, The Right Stuff, New Amsterdam, and Reasonable Doubt. He's in 2 episodes of Organized Crime. Then we've got Elliot VR, who's playing Officer Mark Vargas, Will's dad. He was born in the Bronx. He got a scholarship to the Fieldston School, from which he graduated in 1998. He then got his BA in drama from Vassar, did a year-long fellowship with the Shakespeare Theater Company in D.C., and then went to Yale School of Drama, where he got an MFA in acting. He also trained at the American Drama Academy and the National Theater Institute. After Yale, he starred in A Midsummer Night Dream for the Public Theater's Shakespeare in the Park program. It's A Midsummer Night's Dream, isn't it?
That's how I always call it, A Midsummer Night's Dream.
I pulled that from his Wikipedia page, but
Yeah.
I felt like it was wrong.
But
it definitely did not say nights.
You're the one that's lost tens of thousands of dollars
because
of Shakespeare.
Yeah. But I don't think they would have docked me for saying Midsummer Night Dream instead of Night's Dream. If
it's Night's Dream.
I believe it's Night's Dream. Night's possessive.
I'm 99% sure.
Yes, as am I.
Yeah.
So it's just some dickhead put it in wrong on Wikipedia.
I no longer have a complete works of Shakespeare book behind me.
I
so
do.
I can't.
But I'm not going to read it, and I don't want to go get it. Fuck him. Fuck Bill.
We know that every night you lie awake reading Turn of the Shrew or whatever it is. Taming the Shrew.
Taming of the Shrew? Yeah. You would have gotten it wrong too, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I've not ever read that one.
No, neither have I. That's why I didn't get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I took Shakespeare classes, multiple ones. Anyway.
Yeah.
So he did that in the Shakespeare in the Park program and then followed that with an off-Broadway production of The Brothers' Size opposite Brian Tyree Henry. He did a bunch more high-profile off-Broadway work before making his Broadway debut in 2011 in Warhorse. He's done a bunch more stage work since. He's in the films Two Lovers, The Rebound, The Intern, and next summer's big Steven Spielberg UFO flick that hasn't been named yet. He had recurring roles in Gotham, Mr. Robot, The Affair, The Sun, Time After Time, Sneaky Pete. Tell Me a Story, God Friended Me, and Succession. He's in one episode of the original series and 4 Organized Crimes. He is married to actress Emily Dorsch. Then we've got Ethan Sporek, who's playing Will McKenna. And I immediately, assuming that his name is correct in... What? No, okay, what the fuck?
On
IMDb has the name wrong. Because he is Will Vargas. Okay. He has to be, because how the fuck could he have a last name that is neither his father's nor his mother's last name?
Are there any McKennas in the episode?
No. Because I have a note. How the fuck does this character have neither his mother nor his father's last name? But it's got to be an IMDb error.
Yeah, he's Will Vargas on Fandom.
Fandom, yeah. So he was born in Brooklyn. At 7, he made Broadway history, starring as the youngest Gavroche ever in Les Mis. He originated the role of young Caligaro in A Bronx Tale on Broadway and Toby in A Day by the Sea. He also played the Prince, the Nutcracker Prince, in New York City Ballet's The Nutcracker at Lincoln Center. He's performed at Lincoln Center a few times. He's in the films The Magnificent Myersons and The Strange Dark. He had recurring roles in The Dangerous Book for Boys, Abby Hatcher, Fuzzly Catcher, and Super Kitties. Then we've got Jasmine Walker playing defense attorney Marame Toussaint. She was an understudy and replacement on Avenue Q on Broadway. She's in the films Freedom Land, How the Light Gets In, Before, During, After, Homebody, and the upcoming film Original Sound. She had recurring roles in Madoff, The Path, Love Life, Dear Edward, and The Walking Dead, Dead City. She's in 3 episodes of the original series and 1 more SVU, and possibly counting as this defense attorney. Nice. Then we've got Carolina Doe, who's playing Nurse Dawn Jones here. Her parents were Vietnamese freedom fighters and eventual refugees. She got her BFA from Brooklyn College. She's a playwright, actor, and community organizer. She's a co-founding producing artistic leader of The Song Collective and My House Studio. She was in the films Snitches, Aviva, Cram, that's all caps, and Good Egg. She had recurring roles or was in multiple episodes of Queens, FBI Most Wanted, The Blacklist, and Blue Bloods. Then we've got Ashley Taylor Graves, who's playing Officer Gabrielle Taylor here. We saw her once before in episode 67, Junk Food Poetry. Talking season 21, episode 5, At Midnight in Manhattan. That's that one with B. Cordelia.
Yeah.
We'll see her at least 8 more times as this character. She was born in Brooklyn. Her mother died when she was 8. Her single father raised her. Then she went to Poly Prep Country Day School and then Yale, where she became the marketing director for and a member of the Heritage Theater Ensemble, Yale's premier black drama group. At Yale, she got her BA in history. She's done a fair amount of stage work at Yale and in New York City. She was in the series The Door and a bunch of shorts. And then we've got Jason Kravitz playing Joel's attorney, who may have a name later on, but he doesn't yet here. He was born in Passaic, New Jersey. When he was 8, his family moved to Rockville, Maryland. This is before the REM song, I believe, so they didn't know that you're not supposed to go back to Rockville.
Also, no relation to Lenny, or Zoe, just so you know.
Right, because he spells it without the Z. Mm-hmm. It's with an S.
And if you saw it, you'd understand.
Yeah, that also, yes. He graduated from Colonel Zadok A. Magruder High School. Co-founded the first improv group at University of Maryland College Park. He booked his first professional acting work in middle school.
Wow.
The short-lived PBS series Powerhouse. He did theater work in D.C. after college before moving to New York City in 1995, where he started developing material with Joel Hurt Jones, eventually doing a two-man musical sketch show that won them the Jury Award for Best Sketch Show at the HBO Comedy Festival in Aspen in 1999. He's in the films Major League 2, Blue Streak, The Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas, Dancing at the Blue Iguana, Sweet November, The Third Wheel, The Stepford Wives, What Just Happened, See You in September, Morning Glory, Chinese Puzzle, Lullaby, My Dead Boyfriend, Lyle Lyle Crocodile, and that new Snow White. He was sneezy. He was main cast in Powerhouse and The Practice. He had recurring roles. There was in multiple episodes of Do-Over, Wanda at Large, Royal Pains, Gravity, Are We There Yet? Harry's Law, Dallas, Smash, The Michael J. Fox Show, Madam Secretary, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Madoff, The Mick. He's their lawyer who, or maybe their accountant who tells them they have to stop spending money.
I feel like he might get typecast as a lawyer or an accountant.
Yeah, he was an accountant in Major League 2.
Yeah.
Our Cartoon President, Hunters, The Undoing, Be Positive, and Halston. He's in one homicide, 2 more SVUs, and 1 criminal intent. He has 1 child with his wife, who, if my internet sleuthing is correct, is Beth Dement. That's it.
Nice. It was delightfully light on...
There's basically 1 guest star who I recognize. Well, 2. I did recognize Jason Kravitz once I had, like, oh, he's in the Mick. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
But it's basically...
He's in
2.
Major League 2. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. He was actually cupping Tanaka's balls when Tanaka was doing the Mabelos thing. So, as we mentioned in the guest star section, we talked about all the Fuller family shit back in episode 67. Junk Food Poetry, season 21, episode 5, At Midnight in Manhattan, and episode 118, They Weren't Coming Back to Locutus. Season 21, episode 20, The Things We Have to Lose.
I'd very much Men in Black'd my remembrance of this family and their B-plot.
Good thing there was flashbacks for you, Adam. And for most of the audience at home, who also could not possibly remember those episodes because they're very forgettable. So we go from one DV case that Finn is still picking up the pieces from to another, this time to Dwight, who just drove 16 hours, which neither Adam nor I believe.
I mean, maybe the traffic was terrible. Maybe.
And he could have been coming from somewhere else. But
it's true.
Who knows?
The thing is, we are introduced to Dwight, not by his face or his voice, but by his in the throes of coital pleasure grunting. It is very gross and very visceral. Maybe I shouldn't have listened to it with headphones on, which I believe I had.
Yeah,
but
he lives inside your soul now.
Yeah. Unacceptable. Warren Light. Unacceptable. Yeah. This is on network television. That should not have passed.
At least we don't see, like, his hip thrusting.
We might as well have. Again, the audio...
Or worse, at least we don't see his taint and maybe balls.
I just have to say that the sound design was a little too on point with this one. Not cool, man. Not cool, guys.
Yeah. Audio needed to mail it in a little more here.
Yeah. Seriously, turn it down a couple ticks, please.
So, postpone, she doesn't seem super pumped. Mm-hmm. Dwight, maybe try reading the room?
Yeah, she's not really in the throes of pleasure. And then, who gets fucking mad at this kid for wanting to put a Pop-Tart in the toaster? What kind of an asshole is this?
Not just that, but he's acting like walking in with a case of Popov under his arm is something special.
Seriously.
Popov is like, today, $16 per 175.
Yeah, that's cheap.
If you got a case of 6, you're scrounging together, what, $100 to get a case of undrinkable vodka? And you think that that's worthy of praise? Like, you need to get fucked, Dwight.
And vodka's one of those liquors where it's, the better it is, just the less noticeable it is, right? That's at least my, and Papa, it's firmly down in Taka country, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're talking plastic bottle.
It's terrible.
You can use it as a cleaning product. as well as a mixer.
I'd argue that's the only thing it should be used as.
Yeah, you don't drink it straight.
No. Is this the most romantic pseudo proposal ever?
It's very gross. And you know what? I'm inclined to think that truck drivers who are busting their humps to get back to New York City are the good guys, because my mind is so Night of the Juggler pilled that I think of the truck driver that lays his head in Manhattan as being fucking James Brolin.
Well, this is just his second family, though.
I know, but James Brolin would never, man. Look what he
but
had to
James Brolin only
sacrifice.
has one family.
But look what he had to sacrifice for his
This is
kid.
the kind of trucker or airline pilot that has multiple families.
Yeah, man. I feel like it's
classist.
It sure is. It's the quintessential liberal elitism that I think is mostly bullshit. But when it rears its ugly head, it's like, yeah, I hate that too.
It's happening here.
It sure is.
Yeah.
He's a fucking hick-ass truck driver with a pregnant-ass wife in some god-forsaken hellhole in West Virginia.
Well, we know where in West Virginia because it's clearly the same town that Rollins banged.
That Rollins started that bar fight?
Started the bar fight and then banged the bartender, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Dwight definitely seems like marriage material at the breakfast table where he wants to beat a 14-year-old for stealing bacon that he didn't steal.
Yeah, a vegan 14-year-old. And I'm sorry.
I know.
But if my kid eats my bacon, like everybody, it's a table with 4 chairs, like everybody saw it. It's not happening off screen for, the daughter or the wife, right?
Well, he's a handle of Popov in at this point, right?
I guess.
And he butt chugged it. He definitely butt chugged the Popov.
Dwight needs his juice.
It is canon that people need their juice.
If you need your juice, you can buy a Mother Needs Her Juice glass.
I wish I should be drinking out of the glass right now.
I need to order one of those. Is
they're
what I need to do.
We get a nod to Dodds' death that we saw back in episode 98 and 99 that I just dropped back into the public feed. So that's all right there.
Who needs a Dodds reference? Like, who in America is like, you know what? I'm really sad about Mike. I miss him.
Right.
If only we could bring back Stone, then I would really feel complete.
I guess I just want to talk about this now, just to get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think you and I tend to watch this show for reasons that aren't probably productive or healthy or positive. But when they do these DV episodes, they're almost without fail just a chore to get through.
They are, I feel like they are phoning it in from every possible angle.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm hard pressed to think of one that I thought was done well. Especially like a DV spousal abuse episode. Like, I'm not saying that it's not an issue that's important, because it is, obviously. Like, there's a woman killed every 10 minutes by her spouse in the world, but I don't think that they handle this well.
No, and I really have a problem with the later Warren Light years with this kind of stuff where they paint by numbers these things. And it's these kind of broad stereotypes that are, I feel like, offended by every single character, except for the daughter who has like 3 lines. It's like such caricatures that it's like the teary wife and the hick husband and the vegan stepson, it's like, fuck off. All of this stuff is such bullshit.
Yeah.
Will feels like he's been engaged in some cage play with Noah, so like I want to see them flush out this character. Like, I want to see the arcs.
It was...
Oh, and I'm sorry, but before we get too much further, the existence of a daughter makes this an SVU case.
Yeah.
There's no call for SVU except that there is a daughter.
Well,
in the household.
Child abuse falls under the...
But in this case, it wasn't about child abuse because it was a DV call about spousal abuse.
But the school nurse, he had bruises that were.
But Benson was pushing back against Kat, and she was like, "Well, there's a daughter there."
And so, locals. But the reason Benson was pushing back against Kat was because Benson doesn't want Kat to get dodged.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, it would have been nice if Kat got Dodds. At least give fucking Kat an arc. You didn't even give her that. She just is like, oh, she's gone.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into her, I think, off-mic theories that we've shared.
Yeah, I like it.
But we're back in inconsistent mask-wearing town.
I know. What?
This is the second episode back, and they're already like just randomly just like pulling masks like off their
Sometimes they
face,
have masks
and then
on.
sometimes it's dangling from an ear. Like
Sometimes they're in a fucking hospital not wearing a
the
mask.
camera
It's
needs to catch me talking. It needs to catch my mouth moving.
It doesn't.
It's baffling. Like whoever decided that this was going to be the on-camera COVID protocols, like whoever came up with this, because I again was working on a fucking show at NBC at this time in the COVID department.
Yeah.
I know what the regulations were. They weren't this.
Of course not. Because, like, when they're in a hallway just with the detectives, they're wearing their masks. When they're in a fucking hospital, they're not wearing masks.
It's baffling. And like the way the filming is happening, obviously everyone is getting fucking tested. Any
Sure.
talent's getting tested 3 times a week at this point.
Of course.
Like, I'm not like super concerned about them spreading
No.
COVID on set. What I am concerned about is you're doing this mask bullshit and then you're showing people like, oh no, this is how you wear masks, right?
But then they're not. Then they just take off the mask in the
No.
middle, like in the middle of a conversation.
Well, it's so frustrating.
They put
It's so
Will
fucking
in the
frustrating.
Nuremberg cage, Josh. They put him in the Nuremberg cage. and he's not responsible for the deaths of millions, you know?
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, it's sometimes fun to see COVID season stuff. But at the same time, it really ages it in a way that it's kind of amazing how something that's only, whatever, 4
But
years old.
I literally just finished the COVID season of Superstore yesterday.
Yeah.
Literally yesterday. And you
how
know
did
what they
they
did?
treat it?
They actually handled it consistently. Like if they're on the floor, they're wearing fucking masks unless there are like no customers around.
Well, that makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, like, if I'm in public inside, I'm wearing a mask. If I'm outside, maybe I'm not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
In 2021.
Yeah.
Right?
People here need to mind their business. You know, back home, it's legal to beat your wife on Sunday. Look it up.
Josh, I looked into this, and I feel like I found the best response to this. So I looked on lawguru.com, which is a
I checked a bunch of
legal
different
questions
places,
website.
but they were all very dubious.
This one was, I feel pretty good about, and I did look into it. So there was one response to this question, and the question was, beating wife, is it legal in the state of West Virginia on a Sunday to take your wife to the courthouse steps and beat her? The response is no.
Okay.
And it never has been. It's an old wives' tale.
Yeah,
about West
I
Virginia.
assumed that it was that
Yeah.
and that it's being repeated by randos on Reddit or wherever.
It's been around for decades. Now, one thing is that fairly recently in 2024, they did update their sexual assault laws, which it used to, a wife could quote unquote not be raped by her husband in West Virginia.
Far from the only
in
state
old days.
where that has been the case, but
Sure. That's not to say that it wouldn't necessarily be prosecuted still, but the statutes have actually been updated there in the last 2 years.
I feel like their age of consent is still alarmingly low, but I could be wrong.
I'm not going to look that up. I already looked.
No, I'm not going to look it up again. I've had to look it up before.
I already typed in my
I'm not
search
doing
bar,
that.
is it legal to beat your wife in West Virginia?
Yeah. And this is where my note, his southern accent is not good, comes
Dude.
in. It's very bad. It's not Marcia Gay Harden bad. And Marcia Gay Harden should have known better because she lived in the South.
Look, I haven't spent much time in West Virginia. West Virginia to me is like, it's Appalachia, but it's also the northern edge of that. This guy's accent was not geographically placed.
No, it was broad Alabama or whatever.
Somebody who's never lived in the South doing a random Southern accent, which whatever, but I just feel like you could have just had him do his own voice and have it be less of a character.
Be from New Hampshire.
But just even if he's from West Virginia, just have
People
him
from New Hampshire are crazy too.
Exactly. They are. There's literally hill folk in New Hampshire.
Just let it
There's
be New
lots of
Hampshire
them.
hill folk.
They're all basically.
There's
almost
literally
all of them
like
are.
no actual city folk in New Hampshire.
Well, there's Portsmouth. It's a city. I mean, it's a small city.
So they find Irena with a head bleed, unconscious on the floor.
Yeah.
Because they get the second call to go over there.
Hoping
People
it was
here.
a murder.
Oh no, sorry. And then the nurse relays that Will's dad said Dwight bullies him. Will's dad's a cop, says Dwight has anger management issues and that he should have fought harder for custody.
Yeah, he really kind of sighs and says, like, man, I was too lazy to actually want to keep my kid at home.
Yeah.
Too bad I let him go home with that abusive subhuman West Virginian, you know?
Yeah. Which fair.
Oh, well.
Fair. Yeah. So Carisi doesn't like the case without Irena or Will levying an allegation of abuse.
I just want to stop and talk about Carisi's character in this episode because
It's not
if I
consistent.
recall, Carisi had been on the SVU unit for like the better part of 10 years. And he does seem like somebody who has never thought about the complexities of a domestic violence case once in his entire life.
I think he was on the
this
unit for
episode.
5 seasons, and then
Okay.
in 21,
Before he
his first
became-
season as 88. Yeah.
Yeah. Still, a seasoned
And obviously he was
SVU
perped
detective.
on by Jerry Sandusky.
Is that canon? Did he go to Penn State?
Well, no,
I thought he went to Fordham.
An Asner episode
Oh yeah.
with Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Weird to have Mike Tyson on the show in that role.
Yeah, that was a problem.
Yeah.
So it's funny to me that Irena thinks that picking up aspirin is taking care of somebody. Like, what is aspirin going to do for any of the maladies that he has inflicted upon you?
I mean, it might help lower your blood pressure if you're having a heart attack.
Yeah. It's not going to, like, actually alleviate any pain that you have.
Not much.
No.
It's
It will do negligible things for you. Like,
aspirin's
say he's
kind
getting you in a leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Motrin. You know, ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Aspirin. Who takes aspirin anymore? I have not taken aspirin since I was like 10, I think.
I take it sometimes if I have a headache. And I
Okay.
haven't had coffee yet because I'm about to have coffee, and I figure that but that's like the only time I'll ever take it.
Yeah.
I almost never take it.
I keep my dark supply of acetaminophen hidden from the feds in my medicine cabinet along with my ibuprofen.
Yeah. And your autism medicine.
Don't have any of that. I do. Well, that's the Tylenol, right? Isn't that my autism medicine? Yeah. Pretty sure
That's to make you more of an autist.
more autistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Qantas Airlines. Saw that movie in the theater.
Now, Dwight being electrocuted while taking a bath.
He does not strike me as a bath guy. You gotta like add some notes to his character to make me believe him as a bath guy, because this is not a bath guy.
I mean, I would posit that very few self-respecting men take baths.
Look, when you're sick, I don't know. Like,
yeah, but seriously, when was the last time you took a bath?
I have taken a bath.
That was not related to bathing a child.
Well, it was illness related. That's the last time I took a bath.
And when
But,
was
like,
this?
Illness related bath. I've taken one in the last 3 years. I know for
Okay.
sure. But
How many do you
like,
think you've
one.
taken in the last decade?
Less than 10. Like one a year,
Okay.
probably. About. Like a bath. I'm not talking about like getting in a hot tub.
Right. Uh-huh.
But like,
We know you live a tub life.
yeah, we've recently, we've recently discussed Maverick, the film, on the pod. And I feel like in Maverick, they really establish a bath scene really well. And
But
they
that's
make it
literally the only way they can bathe at that point. The only way the water's
exactly.
getting warm enough, like there
And the
aren't
only
things
way-
like modern water heaters.
The only way they
Yeah.
can bond, Josh.
Yeah. Like if I were in alone and found a bathtub like that one guy in the Great Slave Lake season,
Yeah.
who uses the bathtub that he finds to
Yeah.
actually have a bath, that I totally
Fantastic.
get that.
100%. Fantastic. Go for it. Absolutely.
Right. But
If
this
you're
guy.
in Europe, if you're in Europe where they don't have shower curtains, sure, you're taking a bath.
Sure.
But this guy, this is not a bathman. This guy is a trucker.
He takes showers at truck stops.
He takes showers at truck stops every night of his life.
Yeah.
That he's not abusing one
To
of the
wash
women
the
that's
lot
called
lizard
Joe.
off of him.
Oh man,
And then the
I
lot
miss-
lizard is taking a very intensive shower after dealing with him
I used to spend a lot more time
to wash
at
the
truck
Dwight
stops,
off of them.
and I just there's like a
We're getting into your past here.
well, I used to drive back and forth
As a
to
lot lizard?
Austin from Galveston, and there was a
Yeah,
love
your lot lizard
about-
days
yeah
on the Austin
Once
to Galveston circuit.
Once I kind of like got over kolaches, like for a long time I was like, I'm going to eat kolaches both directions.
Yeah, 100%.
And then eventually you get over it because it's like, you know what? Honestly, they're not that great. They're fine. They're not that great.
For starters, it's not the check stop. If it were the check stop,
Well, I was going to the two
I know
other
which
good
one you were
ones.
going to.
I was going to two of them. There's Hrushka's and there's Weichels, and they're both good.
Yeah, but I don't think either one's as good as check stop.
Yeah, you're probably right, but also just there's a limit to how many of those you can eat.
Now, were you also getting a Ham's Tall Boy? Because at one of the two, I think it was, which one's if you're heading towards Houston on the right in,
That's Weichels. That's in LaGrange. Weichels is in
Yeah,
LaGrange.
in LaGrange. Now, I was trying to
Hrushka's
think
is
of
in
the fucking
Ellinger,
ZZ Top
which is,
song.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And Weichels got remodeled in the last 15 years or whatever. Anyways, once I got over
Weichels has
that,
Hams in Tall Boys, or had it at least at one point.
I'm
'cause I
sure they
definitely
do.
found one there.
I would think Hrushka's would too. They had a pretty good beer selection. But when I stopped giving a shit so much about, I would still eat a fair amount, but not.
Yeah.
I was driving back and forth every week, and so at a certain point, I would just stop at the Loves in Sealy, which was a little more halfway, and just get a fucking like roller dog or a roller,
And
egg roll or whatnot, or
get
one of those
rimmed.
those chicken rollers. Anyways, you hear that like the there's the ring of the truck stop shower.
Yeah.
It really there's something profoundly
disconcerting.
depressing.
Yeah.
Something profoundly depressing about it. Yeah. Anyways.
So Will's a fucking idiot, and his dad is right to ask him how dumb
But
he
Will's
is.
10 years old. He is, of course he's a
He's
fucking
not,
idiot.
though. We feel like he's 10. I thought he was 10 until they said his actual age, which is 14, which is a lot dumber.
Again, he should be in the cage play with Noah
Yes,
instead of
100%.
in his family. I'm sorry, but in Warren Lights, New York, every kid who lives in New York City is so lib-coded, it's irritating. Like, I actually want to slap the shit out of that kid for, like, forcing his sister to eat veggie burgers.
Real dick move. She's a growing child.
I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Veggie burgers are great. They can be delicious, but
She doesn't like him.
you don't have to make all the kids this, right? This show is supposed to be realism. This is not realism, right?
I would posit that the episodes we like the most aren't realistic at all, but
I know, but they are also not necessarily, I don't know.
though I think we've determined that this episode has butt chugging in it too. So.
It doesn't not have butt chucking in it.
Yeah, we can't categorically rule that out. So Irena tries to be as dumb as Will, but her lawyer won't let her.
I think that when we see Tommy Calabrese,
We know that the worm is going to turn.
well, honestly, I'm kind of baffled by everything involving him because it seems like the legal advice he's giving is sound and good, and everybody should be listening to it, which is neither you nor your son need to go to prison at all for a day
Right.
for any of this shit, because no jury is going to convict either one of you for this shit. And listen to me,
She'd get acquitted if it went to trial.
but because he's wearing French cuffs and a shiny suit and is named Tommy Calabrese, we're meant to think that his advice is bad and criminal,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't listen to him.
You could only believe it if he were serving it up with a side of meatballs.
I'm telling you, like, this is,
Anti-Italian racism.
it sure is, right? I mean, it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about it. Like, it's not like they're giving him an arc. Like in The Sopranos, they would give the ridiculous Italian caricature an arc that would be interesting, or have a counterpoint to it. That, you have the Italian psychoanalyst who is sparring with the Italian mob boss leader every episode. So you can kind of like work through some of those issues in an intelligent manner. No, here he's, we know this guy has a Goomba around the corner, right? That he's going to go visit after this meeting.
The difference, of course, is that David Chase spent his time writing on the Rockford Files. You cut your teeth on the Rockford Files, you know what's going on.
Yeah, well, you let the characters breathe a little bit. I'm not saying that The Sopranos is the greatest show of all time, but it does definitely deal
Adds
with
depth
this
to what
subject.
would otherwise be a caricature.
It definitely dips its balls in this,
Yeah.
And a long time before this character showed up, who I think one should be offended by.
Does Will actually play as 14 to you?
Man, I don't think so. He's very small. I thought he was 10.
I thought he was
He's
10
big
initially, and then the more I thought about it, my 10-year-old nephew is smaller than him, so like...
It's so hard to say.
But my 10-year-old nephew is also like his dad's over 6 feet, whatever. Like, he'll probably be tall.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Until they established what his age was, I had him down as a 10-year-old, and then he's not. So whatever. So Pip Cox is going to defend Will. Carisi tells them he has to charge Will as an adult.
Which, again, I don't understand. That is one of these scenes where it just baffles me. Like, why? Why do you have to charge Will as an adult? Why? What is going on here? Whatever.
Yeah.
And like Carisi shouldn't be allowed to talk to that. Like the whole case is Carisi talking to that girl about veggie burgers. And he's the fucking attorney. Like if Liv was doing it, Carisi would say you're not allowed to do that.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? I mean, or at least like that's like the ADA's standard role. Like Rollins or Cabot would be saying that.
Yeah.
But ridiculous. Because isn't it all fruit of the poison tree? Like, isn't it all?
You'd assume. It feels like it. It sure feels like it.
Yeah.
So at some point, Irena tells Leanne that Daddy's in heaven, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
That piece of shit's not.
Daddy's a fucking scumbag. Leanne has to see that too.
If there were an afterlife, Dwight's not there. Dwight's not in heaven.
Yeah. What if Dwight was one of us? Just a stranger.
At best, he's in the bardo. Yeah, he's not getting to heaven. Anyway.
No.
Leanne's story doesn't match with Will's. It seems like Irena's lawyer has led her to believe Will won't face a stiff penalty if they prosecute him based on possibly false confessions. So Carisi plays chicken with Will's life and says she's going to have to charge him as an adult. 12 minutes of interminable courtroom. Was it Mom or Will who did it? Bullshit follows. Will's dad assumed Will did it, but that he couldn't have hurt someone without feeling like he had to have.
And like, this is a show that has actually done this part of it very well in the past. Like, we saw the Becky Ann Baker episode where, like, oh, he's a kid. He's not going to get the book thrown at him. And it really landed then. And you're coming back to the same fucking well, and I don't care.
No.
Like,
because it's not executed well.
No. And it's not on the actors. It's not like that.
No. This is not on the actors. This is a structural issue.
Yes.
The fuller parallels to this case obviously make sense, but it's so fucking tiresome.
Yeah.
Finn says that Leon was going to drop both of them. He's seen it too many times.
I feel like I'm hallucinating every time we go to the Finn plot. I'm like, what? What is going on here?
I have like 6 bullet points left. I'm just going to go through them fast because I think we don't need to talk about this much longer. Irena cops to killing Dwight after he threatened her and Will on the stand. And then the lawyer is just the latest in a string of dicks forcing Irena to do what they want her to.
Which, again, he's trying to tell her that he will get her away from prison time and her son if she listens to him. Which is like...
And then we're meant to believe... I mean, yes, he's being an asshole about it, but he's also being an asshole because, like, this is stupid.
Yes, this is stupid.
I'm not a fan of him like strong-arming her and her being, perpetually the victim. And I'm not saying that she's
I feel like that is
victim.
a forced perspective that the show is putting onto this dynamic, right? Because that's what it's like. Oh, Carisi is her abuser at one point, and now it's Tommy Calabrese. But the difference in all of this is Tommy Calabrese is trying to say, if you just walk out of this room right now, neither you nor your kid are going to go to fucking prison. So listen to me and walk out of the room.
But we can't have an episode of this television series that promotes just a capable defense at all costs.
Yeah.
Because it's basically a zero-sum game with this defense tactic. And, like, it may not look pretty, but, like, it's going to do the job.
Which is sometimes all that's required.
100%.
Because in this case, obviously, they are the victims here.
Yeah. No
matter who killed Dwight in the most absurd 1940s fashion imaginable.
Yeah.
Can you at least come up with a modern take on how to murder somebody? This is not a bath guy. Like put some lard on the bottom of the tub so that when he takes a shower, like he actually would, he slips and falls and hits his head. Yeah. And then you come in there and you hit him with a steel pipe to finish the job and throw it out the window. Or
better yet, you collect his ejaculate for months and months and months. You just have this Dwight slurry.
You have this.
You have a slurry of Dwight
in the freezer
that's sluicing around on the base of the bathtub. You just throw it in there right before he's going to take a shower. He slips on his own ejac, hits his head, and then it looks like he just came too much. He came too much.
Well, and as we know, he gets off because we've heard his O sounds.
Oh yeah. We can sadly imagine his O face. All right, so then we get scenes of her guilty plea at that subsequent trial. Backwater wifey's pissed.
Fucking backwater wife. I'm just surprised they didn't show her being barefoot walking in.
She was probably wearing Tevas at least.
They don't sell Tevas down there. She had those gas station flip flops, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think it was about at this point that there were so many dramatic music fills going on that I thought I was going to hurl. I was really getting sick.
I felt like I was watching Oppenheimer. Fuck that movie.
If I see one more dude sitting in a room talking, I'm gonna fucking die.
Oppenheimer is wall-to-wall score. It's so fucking aggravating. Anyway.
Yeah.
Rollins is pro-violence against protesters. Kat thinks they should have de-escalated. Mm-hmm. Guess that's on point for Rollins. And then Finn is the cop shooting black men.
Yeah. This was supposed to be a moving post-George Floyd mea culpa. But,
we've seen the first one back, and it's all George Floyd mea culpa.
Yeah.
This is still we haven't put to bed the fact that we're a propaganda machine, and so we're going to keep, dipping our toe back in that water. Mm-hmm. Even if it's just secondary.
We can't actually humanize the people that we're oppressing, essentially. It's a big problem that they have in this period of SVU.
Yes.
Not necessarily all of them. But sure. I think, are we done here?
We are.
So guys, it's time for us to rank this thing. We rank these episodes every week on the overall quality of the episode, the quality of the guests they're in, how problematic it was, and the depth and breadth of lives ruined. Now, last week we watched a pretty good one, or 2 weeks ago, rather. That one got an 8.5. Let's see what this one does.
This
that
is going to be in
Ballerina.
the same vein.
So, overall quality of this episode, it's not a 1, right? But it's pretty close to a 1.
Yeah.
Is it a 2? I mean, have I just not seen
it's
enough bad ones?
It's not fun to watch. It's not fun to watch. I think
it's not fun at all to watch.
No.
But it's not also laughably bad. I don't know. I'm trying to square this circle. I think it's a 2.
I will not let you go higher than a 3.
No, I wouldn't go higher than a 3. I hated this. I hated watching this.
I think I hated this so much that I think I can't let it go higher than a 2. It's not a 1. It's more professional than that, but I think it's a 2.
But barely. I could be convinced to give it a 1, but I think it's a 2.
Yeah.
If you're okay with that.
I'm fine with a 2.
So, guests,
New Hampshire doing a southern, a broad southern accent for a fucking, that's a choice and it's bad.
It's pretty rough. And what they made Danny Master Giorgio do, like, it's pretty rough stuff.
I like Ricky Lindholm.
I
like her in the abstract.
Yes, but I didn't really care for her in this episode.
No. And it's not on her, but she's not helping the episode along because her character, you can't pull out from that. You can't, there's no like pulling out from the tailspin that the episode's in with her character.
No, it's just like this helpless, weepy, like she is like.
I think the only 3 people who are doing work that is good, I think the kid at Will is fairly good.
Yeah. Will has to do something, but
I think
he's
the
given
nurse,
something to do.
Carolina Doe is good.
Okay.
And I think Jason Kravitz, Joel's attorney, is good. I think that's kind of it. Or like everybody else is either forgettable or bad.
Yeah. The thing about Ricky Lindholm's character is that they don't give her anything to do besides being just pathetic. That's her only,
she's stuck being the sad sack fucking it's there's nothing there.
I hate it. And Will's is pretty good. So what, a 3? Is this a 3 because Will was all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because the rest of it is pretty.
Because the rest of them have like 2 scenes that they get to do anything in tops.
So, okay, so problematic. Next question. We got some like obscure racisms going on, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
We have obscure.
We've decided that he's butt chucking Popov, which is fun.
We have antiquarium murders going on. Like they might as well have just like given him Digitalis. What is this? A fucking like Murder She Wrote episode from
right.
From like season 3.
Is this a Is this a 40s film noir? Is this Scarlet Street?
No, it's a Poirot. It's a late season Poirot where they have a lot of musical films.
This is 40s LA. This is 40s LA film noir with a femme fatale throwing the.
It's a bad Chandler adaptation, is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that would be an attractive fan thrown into the tub, probably.
100%.
Uh-huh. So what are we talking? It's not very good, is it? It's another 3?
3, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not nothing because, again, I think the racism gives it like a little bit of legs. Like, because we really, like, I think that Warren Light has only heard of 2 places that aren't in New York City. Yeah. Like, I'm serious about that.
3, because Georgia.
Oh, yes, Georgia, of course. But he had to research Georgia, right? Like,
no, he just asked Kelly Giddish.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's from there. But like they had to like create a character together, and it was Georgia. But otherwise, it's Canada.
Scanavino's not getting to create Colorado for him.
No,
he's just you're going to do this.
You're
going to Staten Island the fuck
and
out
they were
of
like,
this
no, you're Staten Island, buddy.
We hate the Centennial State.
Also, but interestingly enough, Warren Light has also never heard of Puerto Ricans, I think, because he makes all the Latin characters Cubans.
Yeah.
In a city with 3.5 million Puerto Ricans.
And not that many Cubans.
I mean, there's a few, but most of them live in New Jersey. There's like a big Cuban community in New Jersey, in one of those fucking places. Anyways, depth and breadth of lives ruined. So Dwight dying, I think, is good for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And Irena goes to jail for a year.
Gas station flip-flop wearing wife doesn't think so yet, but she'll know.
But whatever. It wasn't like he was sending home much money anyways.
No.
We know it was mostly getting spent at the Flying J's landing strip equivalent.
And she's going to be glad that he's not driving her to the courthouse on noon on Sundays because he thinks that's still legal.
And we don't know which town he's in, but
is that a problematic thing that we need to consider also?
That goes into the anti-West Virginia racism. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's why it's not a 1.
All right. Okay.
That and Tommy Calabresi's uniform makes it not a 1. But okay, so she's going to jail for a year, which she didn't have to go to jail for if she just listened to her fucking attorney who actually knows these things.
But we're supposed to take that as a victory.
Yeah. Still, for who?
Her going to prison for a year is a victory for her.
But I know it's totally baffling to me. Like my brain was kind of like broken at this point. Like, why is this supposed to be positive?
I know we're both kind of like callous fucks generally, you know, like I get where like we're not probably like ideologically aligned completely with like the idea of justice needing to be clean or something. It's like, no, we just, like,
it doesn't work that
we're just
way,
kind of
right?
anti-carceral state, you know, like
generally
carceral
speaking,
state's
yeah.
fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, it's generally.
I mean,
fucked,
I don't think people should murder people.
No, of course not. But especially in this case, like
I don't
been
think
established
this is murder, though. I don't
that this is a justifiable, homicide, right? Like we all feel good.
100%.
That like
we're pumped when Dwight gets got.
Yeah, exactly. For one thing, I don't have to hear him speak anymore, which is a good, which is a very.
I don't need to hear
him
him grunt after rutting on top of fucking Ricky Lindholm.
I don't need to. I don't need to hear him be like confused that his vegan stepson didn't steal his bacon.
Right.
Like these are characters that know each other.
And right? I don't need to spot him while he's doing a headstand and butt chugging Popoff.
Do you think that's why he's grunting so hard? Like that's what was 100%. Going on before.
Yeah.
Before he took a rip off his vape pen.
There's an ass water Popoff puddle that's in the middle of the bed now that came out when he released.
Yeah. I generally think that vaping is kind of gross, but he really made vaping look odious to me.
Yeah.
It's because the first time you see his face is he's sucking lasciviously on a vape pen. And this
is not the pro vaping ad that Grover Norquist would want.
That's for sure. So, okay, depth and breadth of lives ruined. Whose life is ruined by this episode? Really, I think Leanne's probably most of all. She's the one without
Ricky Lindholm has to go to prison for a year.
But she's going to go to prison for like 3 months.
Sure.
Now, she's not going to be able to get a decent job, but it didn't seem like she was working anyways. It seemed like her job was just being a weepy, stay-at-home victim.
Is that a growth industry?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, but really, what was she doing besides being a stay-at-home victim? Right?
Yeah, we don't know. They didn't give her the background.
They didn't give her the character. They didn't write the character. So okay, yeah, she goes to jail for a year. That sucks. Will stays with his stepmom that it doesn't like him apparently,
but she can't like him
less than Dwight did. Yeah, and
for Will, this is moving on up. He's going to be with the Jeffersons.
He gets to see Noah all the time now. You know, they're
going to get cage play in.
They have some play dates lined up.
Cage play dates.
They're both like mutually not getting run over by taxis miraculously constantly. Now, Leanne, I do feel kind of bad for her because wherever she's winding up, she's unloved. At least until Mom gets out of the joint. So she's got a bad few months ahead. Unless there's some lovable grandparents somewhere. Maybe there are. Who knows? So what are we saying? What are we calling this?
2.
Yeah, 2. So we're going to get a 2.5 out of this, which is probably
more than it deserves.
What it deserves. Let's see. We had a 2 nips out in a necktie. That was nice. Called Mea Culpa. That was a Chernuchin episode.
Yeah, I was going to say I knew that was Chernuchin.
Yeah,
when Mea Culpa was the name, I knew it was a Chernuchin name.
It couldn't have been a Warren Light one, unless it couldn't have been. Now we had a 2.5 way back in episode 225. That the name of the episode was Pop. We named it Soda, and it had Olympia Dukakis and Dre DeMatteo in it. So it was an episode that happened that apparently was not very good.
Bad season 12 episode, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about it.
Nope. I vaguely remember Dre DeMatteo being a character in SVU. I do not remember Olympia Dukakis.
She was a defense attorney or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. It was a weird small role considering. Yeah.
That it's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
And the sister of a former governor and Democratic presidential nominee.
Yeah. Man, how things would have been different.
Who looked like a dipshit in a tank.
He did, but you know what he didn't do? He didn't fucking murder JFK. He didn't do that. So
yeah.
I'm still riding with Mike, guys.
Like Ted Cruz's dad.
Well, or George W. Bush's dad.
I know. I was joking. JHW.
So Josh, should we live roll an episode? Yeah.
So, heading over to episode.lol, which was built for this podcast by friend of the pod, Flett.
Thank you, Flett.
Thanks, Flett. He's obviously the co-creator of cinequote.net. It just got fucked by Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's so tough.
It doesn't say, the whole movie doesn't say Jason. And
God damn it.
Doesn't say hockey. I didn't figure out it was a Friday the 13th until the second one. And when it's the third one, or until there were two guesses left. I was it's a Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Yeah, Friday the 13th is particularly tough. At least Nightmare on Elm Street, you could have Freddy Krueger audio.
Yeah.
And know where you're going with there, hopefully.
Because you kind of need that by the second one because they're fucking 15 of each. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Exactly.
But thanks for creating episode.lol, Flat.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's Sean's fault that the terrible movies get picked, by the way. It's not Flet's fault.
No. Well, Flet chooses some of them. But that was Sean, surely.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I would say it's like a probably 80-20 or 70-30 split for Sean doing most of them.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, I hate that part.
Okay. How about that?
All right.
Season 26.
Oh, God.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
Constricted. A romantic date ends with a teenager fighting for her life in the hospital. Creasy can't help bringing the case home with him as he envisions the dangers ahead for his growing daughters. So this is from last season. Pretty new.
Yeah,
I think it's the first 26 we've done.
It's the first 26 we did because we weren't recording when 26 was basically. Anyway, so that will be interesting because again, it'll be my first season 26 episode that I've ever seen. But guys, there's ways to engage with the pod if you would like. You can join the Patreon. That way you can hear these episodes a week early with all of the uncut stuff. I cut well over an hour out of the episode that dropped today. That's Monday, October 20th. And some of that stuff it was a 3-sport pod, Josh. We had significant baseball, basketball, and football content in there. And most of that got cut. A very small amount of
except for the Jets talk. The
we
Jets
had to talk about the Jets
because
that was specifically germane to the episode. But
no, sorry, it was Keyshawn Johnson, wasn't it?
It was Keyshawn Johnson, yeah. But let me tell you, I cut an easy 10 minutes of Keyshawn Johnson talk out of that episode.
How dare you?
But yeah, so some of that stuff, you might find that interesting.
Yeah.
People apparently do.
We definitely have people who subscribe for baseball talk.
And there was a lot of baseball talk. Somehow we were talking about Ronald Acuna Jr. in that episode, Josh. I honestly don't know how. It's because we were talking about the Lion King. That's how. And I said Acuna Matata.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And somehow that caused
I got there pretty quickly.
A digression. Still, yeah, we talked.
This episode's going to have we're at like 2:13 record time wise, and easy hour is getting cut right now at this moment.
Oh yeah,
easy, maybe more.
It
might be more than half of the episode that we've recorded.
I think there's more digression than actual episode, and
because we didn't want to talk about the episode
with cause. But if you do like talking about these episodes, the best place to do that is on our Discord channel. Now, you can find the links to that in our show notes. You can also find the links to our Zazzle merch page if you want to get that Mother Needs Her Juice mug that we've all been dying
pint glass.
Yeah, pint glass. There you go. It's good stuff. You can also find our email address. It's munchbybenson@gmail.com. Our website, munchbybenson.com, has the links to all of this stuff, including the links to our social media pages, which are primarily all at munchbybenson. Maybe
literally every single one.
bsky.
Sure, but it's always Much My Benson.
Yeah.
And then
There's
for bsky, it's bsky.social.
Yeah, we don't have a Mastodon anymore, as far as I know, do we?
I mean, we still have one, but I've not posted anything there in years.
I never figured out Mastodon.
It's terrible.
It seems to have all the downsides of Blue Sky with also being almost impossible to use.
Yeah, it's great. We stopped using the post account also.
Yeah, Post. I forgot about Post. Completely blacked out on Post.
So did everyone else.
Anyway, so if you like that stuff, find us there because we exist in a fair number of them. I think Josh.
And if you wrote a clue about this podcast for a game show, reach out to the pod.
Sure.
We'd like to know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Josh is updating our live journal account these days, but you probably should.
Yeah. And our Sugar Fap account is being updated pretty regularly.
Anyways, I think we tick the boxes, and I think we can put this one to bed.
Yeah.
We can bury it in the deep grave that it deserves.
I'm going to go grab my bottle of Pop-Off now and
stick it in your ass.
Handstand and butt chug it away.
Why Pop-Off? Why Pop-Off? Like, okay, you get a guy with a real thick Southern accent, like some kind of bourbon or Jack Daniels, something like that. It's at least culturally appropriate, right? And to be bragging about it, like, why does he get some Pappy Van Winkle? Pappy's a little bullshit. I understand that, but it's expensive and hard to find. Brag about that.
Doesn't make any sense. So, you got our socials. We're Munch by Benson everywhere. We should get off mic at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That was 10 extra minutes of nonsense at the end here, where I just shat on Franklin Dwight. Bye,
great
everybody.
Content. Great content.
Will, how is he? Where is he?
Well, the school nurse called and said that Will also had bruising on his arm. Do you know anything about that?
These schools overreact. Boys tussle.
So do you know how it happened?
Well, I can guess. Willie's a runt. The other kids push him around. I try to teach him how to fend for himself.
Teach him how.
Look, I know what you're getting at. But hand to God, I've never hurt that boy.